Alright, this is part 3 of my vehicle adjustment video series, I guess. I didn't expect it to become a series, but I guess it is. Let's continue where we left off. I wanted to have a little bit more stability. I generally like to corner with minimal counter steer, or turn in preferably, because that way I'm using more of the front end in combination with the rear end, rather than just cornering on the rear end with counter steer. That way, because if you're counter steering a lot, you're essentially just cornering on the cornering force is generally just coming from your rear tires. There is some cornering force in the front end while counter steering, but generally it's just the rear tires. So if you reduce your counter steer, you're using the front and the rear tires to turn the car. So that's what I'm looking for right now, as well as maintaining, while having that stability, also maintaining throttle oversteer. So I'm probably going to have to bring the the front rebound back up, but we will see with testing. Awkward silences aren't awkward if you don't make them awkward. But sometimes a silence is always awkward. Alright, let's go. Everything's loaded up, except for my preset. Let's load this. And go back to, let's see, what's the front damper? That's what I selected. That's what I wanted. And then the rear compression or bump damping, I'm going to bring that down 1. And then do a test. And shakedown.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long, 60 over bumps. Left 6 and right 5 long over crest, continues past junction. Left 3 through gate towards the splash. Left 4 into left 6 over jump.
Very nice.
Into caution, left 3 continues over jump.
So I am cornering with less counter steer. I'm turning into the turns more through the turn.
Into acute
like that.
left, post inside, 60.
I always was doing it here. We'll see in the
Caution,
faster
keep
sections
mid over jump, water splash.
later.
Left 4 through gate. Crest 150, past junction, left 6 over bump. 100 past lay-by, crest, left 4 to finish.
So that's more stable through there. I also I was fairly clean on the entry, so it might be that, but it was more stable through that last bumpy turn. Okay, so throttle steering. Let's see, damping front. I put this all the way down. Honestly, I couldn't tell. I'm gonna try maximum again. Right. Honestly, like, I just couldn't tell that time. So if I can't tell with it at maximum again, I'll leave it at maximum, because it will also reduce side-to-side roll, so the car will be more stable. So even if I don't gain any throttle benefits, I gain transitional load benefits in the front end. So it'll also make the front end a little bit more responsive in combination with the bump damper. So let's try this, and if I can't tell, I'll leave it as it is at maximum.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long, 60 over bumps. left 6 and right 5 long over crest, continues past junction, left 3 through gate towards a splash, left 4, into left 6 over jump, into caution, left 3 continues over jump, right 1 long, tightens, don't
I really
cut,
launched over that jump.
into acute left, post inside, 60, caution, keep mid over jump, water splash, left 4 through gate, crest 150, past junction, left 6 over bump, 100 past lay-by, crest left 4, to finish.
Alright, well, didn't notice anything, so I'm leaving it at maximum, just for the weight transfer benefits. Let's go on to rear rebound. Alright, let's try it at maximum. Again, if I don't notice anything, maximum is better. I don't think you can over dampen these shocks, I mean with the spring rate. I have no way of knowing if you can over dampen it, but you know, you don't gain any suspension damage from, at least as far as I know, like you gain very minimal suspension damage from having high damping over bumps. But I'm just going to go to maximum because it's more beneficial to have it at maximum if I don't notice anything.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long, 60 over bumps. Left 6 and right 5 long over crest, continues past junction. Left 3 through gate towards the splash. Left 4 into left 6 over jump. Into caution, left 3 continues over jump.
Oh, this car
Right
launches
1
over that
long,
jump.
tightens, don't cut. Into acute left, post inside, 60. Caution, keep mid over jump, water splash. Left 4 through gate. Crest 150, past junction. Left 6 over bump. 100 past lay-by. Crest, left 4. To finish.
Alright, so there is a little bit of a difference. It is more stable, but the brakes, I don't yaw as much, or it's a little bit easy on the yaw while braking, which can be good if you want to have a little bit more stability when jumping on the brake suddenly. However, I'm going to lower the rear rebound a little bit. Oh, that's not the damper. This is rebound. So since I have not tested anything on this car, I'm going to bring it down 3. That's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So down 3 from maximum, and then if I want more from there, I'll go up. And if I want less, I'll go down 1.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long, 60 over bumps. Left 6 and right 5 long over crest, continues past junction. Left 3 through gate towards a splash. Left 4 into left 6 over jump. Into caution, left
So the
3
brakes,
continues over jump.
the brakes yaw in the mid corner
Right 1 long, tightens, don't cut.
with my change that I made.
Into acute left,
However,
post inside, 60.
I'm going to bump it up
Caution, keep mid over jump,
to
water
see
splash. Left 4 through gate.
if it'll still yaw with a firmer
Crest 150,
rebound damping in
past
the rear.
junction. Left 6 over bump.
for
100
the
past
extra
lay-by.
benefit of stability
Crest left 4
in transition.
to finish.
That's a little bit more unstable there. Yeah, so you really, when it comes to fine-tune adjustments, one, you have to be consistent and two, you have to really pay attention to what the car is doing to a minute level of steering input. Like if you're really cranking the wheel in versus barely cranking the wheel in, versus a lot of throttle versus little throttle, or a lot of brakes versus little brakes, and you can tell by what the car is doing by how you have to how you use your inputs to change the car's attitude. And so if you're doing a lot of heavy inputs to change your car's attitude, your car is probably a little bit, it's not maneuverable enough. But yeah, you use those inputs to feel just what the car is doing. Especially in a sim, since you don't have G-forces to tell you what's going on. Alright, so rebound, I'm going up to this almost, what is it, one less than maximum. And then after this, I'm going to optimize the brakes. If you remember, I moved the brake bias really far back, and while that may benefit while cornering and braking at the same time, I lose maximum braking performance in a straight line. So now that the car is closer to what I want, I can adjust the brake bias to see whether more front brake bias will still allow the car to perform the way I want. Because I'm making an assumption here. I don't know. This could be a perfectly fine value, but I may be able to gain a little bit more. This brake bias may be too far back, is what I'm trying to say. I may be able to gain a little bit more braking performance by moving it forward. However, I'm not there yet. I'll do that next. And then maybe adjust this after the brake bias. Did I just save? I think I just saved. Alright, wait, let me double check. Triple check. Short-term memory. Like a goldfish, again. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long, 60 over bumps. Left 6 and right 5 long over crest, continues past junction. Left 3 through gate towards the splash. Left 4 into left 6 over jump. Into caution, left 3 continues over jump. Right 1 long, tightens, don't cut. Into acute left, post inside, 60.
You don't need to floor at mid-corner as well, unless you're in like an airplane like that. Like some corners, you can, especially if you're already slowing down,
50, past junction, left 6 over
you can just partial throttle through the turn. Will give you the steer you need,
to finish.
the throttle steer you need, but not cause you to go wider. If you're accelerating through around a radius, you're going to go wider. That's just a little tip for cornering on throttle, as you can give it partial throttle to maintain a tighter radius around a turn. So the brakes seemed fine. I may bring that down, or not this. I may bring that back down as I adjust the brake bias. If I do gain a little bit of benefit with adjusting the brake bias. So I'm gonna go, so what is this, 1 2 3 4 5, so 1 2 3, no, 3 up this way, and then I will adjust from there. I think that's everything. Let's see, let's go. I adjusted everything on here to my liking, right? Let me check again. Yeah, I adjusted everything here to my liking. I haven't touched the tender springs. I think that's exactly where they are on the Hyundai Rally. This car, I think, is the same weight, so it should be the same. But I don't know what firm means. You know, this could be a higher value overall. I have no idea. But we'll leave it there. Adjusted everything here. And adjusted everything here again except for the tender spring. Gears, oh, Gears I need to do probably 4th, 5th, and 6th. I'm not sure yet, so I'll leave those where they're at. Differential, again, where I want. Haven't touched this or this. I may want more stability off throttle, I'm not sure. Brake bias is what I'm focusing on now. Alright, just running through everything I've done so that I know what I need to do next. And a good way of doing this, if you don't really remember what you've done, is to write down what you've done and keep notes. Since, you know, I'm not doing this over the course of days as you would in real life. If you had a car, you'd have a track day and you'd get something done, but not everything. And then you'd have to write everything down and then go again for another track day some other time, depending on how much money you have, and then write that stuff down and make slow progress. But since this is a simulator, I'm doing everything within about an hour and a half to 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours, I think. So, you know, it's pretty simple to it's easy to remember.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long, 60 over bumps. Left 6 and right 5 long over crest, continues past junction. Left 3 through gate towards a splash. Left 4. Into left 6 over jump. Into caution, left 3 continues over jump. Right 1 long, tightens, don't cut. Into acute left.
So I am still getting
60.
yaw on the brakes with the brake bias forward,
jump, water splash, left 4 through gate,
which is good, which means I can probably run a little bit more brake force.
Junction, left 6 over bump, 100 past lay-by, press left 4 to finish.
I'm gonna increase the brake bias, possibly, or increase the forward brake bias one more, and then I'll see if I like that, and then adjust the brake strength to see if this is either the optimum. Oh yeah, so in order to find out if you're at the optimum brake strength or optimum brake bias is to tell when your car locks up, basically. And you want all 4 tires to lock up at the same time, or in rallying situations you'd prefer the rear tires to lock up before the front so you can steer. And so in order to find out your maximum, you need to figure out when it locks up and how it locks up. And so you may not, let's say you select the brake bias up here, it may not be your final brake bias, but it's a testing brake bias to feel how the car locks up, and then you can bring it back down. But first I'm doing the brake bias, and then I'll do that after.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long, 60 over bumps. Left 6 and right 5 long over crest, continues past junction. Left 3 through gate towards the splash. Left 4. Into left 6 over jump. Into caution, left 3 continues over jump.
So yeah, the brake bias, it seems fine.
Right 1 long, tightens, don't cut.
I'm going to change the brake force
Into acute left,
to see if I'm actually at 60. Optimum braking, or at least a braking performance that I would like out of my car. Oh,
Crest
nope,
150, past junction, left 6 over bump, 100 past lay-by, crest, left 4, to finish.
Ooh, nice and stable. What I like. That's exactly what I like. Now to adjust the brake bias. So I'm just gonna crank it up. It doesn't matter what value, as long as it's high enough to lock up the brakes. But you don't want it too high, and because all 4 wheels will just lock up if you just touch the brakes if it's too high. So I think probably around here, and then I'll bring it back down after figuring out where the optimum brake bias is. for my suspension setup. Because the brake bias relies on loading. By the way, I'm just explaining why it's going to be different for every car and every suspension setting, because it relies on how much the car is going to dive on the brakes, or not, or how much it's going to, if you have stiff suspension, how much it's not going to dive. So so you have to find out with each car. There's no one optimum for every car, or even with every setting in the same car. So you have to find out, and this is the way to find out in a simulator, that is.
5, 4,
where nothing
3,
costs money
2,
except for electricity.
1, go.
Oops.
Right 4 long, 60 over bumps. Left 6 and
So
right
all I'm
5
going to
long
do
over crest.
is go into
Continues
this
past junction.
first sharp
Left
turn.
3 through gate towards a
Oh,
splash.
it's still too heavy brakes.
Left
Let's find
4.
out.
Into left 6 over jump. Into caution,
So,
left
okay.
3 continues over jump.
And then I'll lock it up.
Right 1 long, tight and stone cut.
Still too much brake force. No.
Into acute left, post and side, 60.
Feels good.
Caution,
Brake bias,
keep mid
that is.
over jump, water splash. Left 4 through gate. Crest 150, past junction. Left 6 over bump, 100 past lay-by.
I can actually crank the brake bias back a little bit. And then, yeah, brake bias back. Excuse me. Again, sorry for all the coughing. I'm just not well. I think I'm going to bring this down because that was a little too the brakes were a little too firm. I need some water. Alright, so let's test this brake bias. I think I'll be done. I'll practically be done after testing
5,
the brake bias.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long, 60
And then
over bumps.
after after you get a good baseline set up, you can then adjust everything for each location. Like Germany's really fast.
Into left 6 over jump. Into
I think that's
caution,
optimum.
left 3 continues over jump.
Optimum rear brake
Right
bias.
1 long, tight and
Yeah.
stone cut.
The one notch up was too much understeer.
Into acute left.
This is too much
post and
oversteer,
side,
but it's
60.
better. It's better than
Caution, keep mid over jump, water splash. Left 4 through gate.
better for me than having it lock up the front too
Crest
too
150,
early.
past junction, left 6 over bump, 100 past lay-by, crest, left 4, to finish.
Yeah. So I just got to bring that brake bias or brake force down back to where it was, so that I can actually modulate the brakes. So I think it was down 2. Yeah, 2. Again, that's why you should write it down, so you can remember where things were when you make a change, and if it's bad, you can put it back. Especially when working on a real car, because you don't have notches. You got wrench turns. You turn a wrench a quarter of a degree or something, not a quarter of a degree, a quarter of a full turn, and that's your measurement is a quarter turn, and that's, you have to write that down. But in a simulator, you got sliders. Very convenient. I think that's everything. And I can adjust either braking lock, preload. I think it was fine. I may not have to move these, but yeah. Alright, how many shakedowns? I got 1 shakedown. Since I know I'm at optimum braking, I'm going to change the front differential because I don't want to have to load another custom event So I'm going to put this at maximum. This is what I have it at on the Hyundai Rally. And I have the Hyundai Rallies at 70 as default. So it'll give me more stability off throttle. Right now I'm just guessing. This is not something you should do. You should go through another testing run to figure out what percent braking lock and what Newton meter of force of torque preload. Anyway, I'm going to put this at 72 and this at 60 and see what it does. And then I'll do the full stage test. So I changed that, right? Let me get some water. Yeah, okay. I did have that issue with front end ride height,
5,
but I don't think it's
3,
enough of an
2,
issue to
1, go.
to
60 over bumps. Left
to be
6
worth
and
raising the
right
front
5
end.
long over crest, continues
I'd
past
rather
junction.
have
Left 3 through gate
the
towards
performance
splash.
of a lower front end and hit the bump
Left
stops
4.
on bumps a little bit or a few times.
Into left 6 over jump. Into caution left 3
And then
continues over
raise
jump.
the front end. It's the trade-off.
Right 1 long tightens, don't cut. Into acute left post inside 60. Caution keep mid over jump, water splash. Left 4 through gate.
Might actually want to lower second gear.
Crest 150
A little bit.
past junction. Left 6 over bump. 100 past lay-by. Crest left 4.
So I didn't really pay attention to the differential.
Finish.
How's that? It's okay. So what it's doing on the brakes with the front differential at a higher braking lock, and this is just pure guessing as to what value was good. I could probably run a little bit lower, but it slowed the rate at which the car started to yaw on the brakes, which is good because it gives you more time to react and it doesn't just suddenly break loose. So I'm going to keep that there. Keep that at 60, and this at 72. I didn't have any. There's no detriment to having it there. Again, you should test all the points and see if like this could be better. I don't know, and this could be better. I don't know also, or this could be better. I don't know. So I'm just going to leave it as it is because I don't have another shakedown and I don't want to load another custom event. And yeah, and the final thing I'm not going to finish in this series is the gearing, because that's purely dependent on the stages and what kind of rev range you want to be in. And this I'll do personally for myself while not recording. And that's it. Let's do that final stage. Make sure everything's right. And save. Alright, and do full stage tests, and that'll be the end of the video and the series. I'll probably do 2 more videos
5,
or series,
4,
I guess.
3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 long.
I'll probably do
60
2
over
more
bumps.
video series
Left 6
for
and
front wheel
right 5
drive
long over crest, continues past
and
junction.
rear wheel drive.
Left 3 through gate towards
And again,
splash.
I want to reiterate that
Left 4.
I'm not giving you the best setup. I'm not
Into
by
left 6
doing
over
this.
jump.
I'm making the setup
Caution,
that I
left
like
3 continues over
the
jump.
most. You know, this is not an
Right
optimum
one
setup,
long
I don't think,
tightens, don't cut.
for most speed. This is just where I like to drive.
Into acute left, post inside, 60. Caution,
So you have
keep
to
mid
find
over jump,
the
water
values
splash.
for
Left
yourself
4 through
that
gate.
1 you prefer and 2 would be faster than what I've
Crest
got.
150, past junction, left 6 over bump, 100
But I like to
past
operate
lay-by,
under the
crest, left 4,
idea that safe is
into right
fast.
6, stay mid over crest, into
Yeah,
right 6,
oversteer is
130,
really nice there.
caution crest, into acute right,
But it also stabilizes.
into left 6, continues for 130 over bumps, ditch inside, left 5, keep in, into right 3 over crest, crest right 6, into turn left 3, tightens to 2, past junction, into right 6,
Whoops.
60,
A little wide.
crest, jump maybe past junction, 170, care right 6 over jump 60, right 6 over crest,
So,
past junction,
with the
into
toe
care
and the
left 6
dampers
crest, bump, right
and everything
2,
else that
long
combined,
ditch inside,
this car,
crest,
this
right
self-centers,
6,
you
left
know,
6,
I'm
right 6 over
hitting
crest,
these crests and
110
bumps,
through
and
dip,
I just
caution,
minimal
right
steering
4
input,
long
you know.
cut,
It's,
tightens to 3, over crest,
oops.
immediate turn,
Oh,
hairpin
shit that.
left,
There we go.
and right 4 long,
And
into left 5
the
long,
easier the
ditch
car is to
inside,
drive, the
into
faster
caution, turn right
you
3
can go
tight, immediate turn, square
most
left,
often, even if it's not the fastest,
into right 6
unless you're
past
competing
junction,
on like top
into
level,
right 4 over
top
crest,
tier
tight, keep in,
times.
left 5, right 5,
Ease of
keep
driving
in,
is
left 2,
better than the fastest setup.
and right 6,
or,
into left
adjustments.
6, into right 3 long, into turn left 3 half long, crest, jump maybe, into right 460, turn right 6, care left 6 over crest, 80 down, turn square right, right 6, into left 4 half long, keep in, into left 2, keep in, right 5 long 100, right 1 don't cut,
So this right
into
one is
left
a
6.
third gear turn.
into right 3,
Hey, I need to reduce that
into left 2 long,
braking
opens 100,
lock, I think.
care logs, right
Yeah.
5, 80 through dip, right 3 over crest, 60 keep left over crest,
So
right
what
4
I've
don't
noticed,
cut 60, left 6 long
so
over crest,
either I need to reduce
into
the
care right
brake
4
force
long, don't cut,
or the
logs
brake
inside,
lock. I think it's the brake
60,
lock.
right 6 half long,
It's still
60 over
oversteering,
crest,
just not
caution,
as
keep
much
left over crest,
as I want
down,
on the
into
brakes,
right 4 long,
mid cornering.
into left 1 long, into right 6,
This is a 1, but it's a 2
into
for
left
second
6
gear for
over
me.
bumps,
I could have taken
into
in
right
third
4
if I had
continues
more
over
momentum, but
into
I need the
left 6,
torque,
60
the wheel
past
torque.
junction,
That's supposed to be a fourth gear
turn
turn.
left 1, 40, turn right 2, don't cut, bad camber,
So this one is the second gear turn, and
into
then there's
left
one at
6,
Greece. Or maybe there's probably a
into
couple of
caution
them.
right 6, immediate turn hairpin left,
So don't
into
go
left
thinking
4
all
long,
ones are third gear.
into caution
or,
turn square right,
you know,
don't
that
cut,
kind of
locks on
speed.
exit,
Let's try second gear
right
here.
6, don't cut, into left 6,
This is
60,
a better exit.
left 3 long, don't cut, into right 6, 60 over crest,
Oh, don't cut.
caution right 5, into left 3 tight over crest, right 6 crest 130, right 6 into care left 6 keep mid over jump, into right 4 long, into caution left 6 long
Whoa,
over
come
crest
on,
jump,
stay away. Whoops. Hit that inside. Got some boogers. I can't breathe. Hang on. Sorry. I know that was nasty. I'm straight up stuck here. Alright.
right 5 and right 5 long, into left 6 long over crest, into right 6 half long, through gate, crest, and left 5 long, into right 440 gate, right 6 40,
So I might actually need to reduce
left
the
6,
tender spring,
into right 3
because
long
it bounced
40,
real hard,
right 5 continues
which
to
caused
80
me
over
to
crest,
not have control
tightens
and,
to 3,
and
into left 5 over
hit
crest,
that inside.
continues, and tightens to 4, keep right over jump, maybe, left 6, right 6, keep left over jump, maybe, right 5 long, into caution left 6 big jump, right 4, left 6 40 bump, right 3 long past junction, into
Almost
left
did it
6
again.
crest jump, right 5 long 60,
so yeah, right.
left 4 long
5.
keep in, into caution keep right over jump,
Oh,
left 6, and
There's
right
left
2
6.
long, into left 3 long,
Right 2.
into right 6 long,
Not a 2. Oh, it's the right, left 2?
right
Wasn't
3
paying
left
attention.
6,
Right 3.
right 4 crest,
Right
left 4
4.
long, keep in 100,
Left 1 long. That wasn't a 4.
left 4 long, into right 1 long 60, turn hairpin
1.
right,
Alright, hairpin.
into left 2 tights to 1 over crest 60 to finish.
Use a little handbrake there. Wasn't necessary. Or actually, yeah, I need to reduce that the braking lock that I raised before this run. Again, it's not going to matter what value I choose. I'm not going to make another video for it. And the value you choose for for whatever you happen to set up is going to be different than what I got. So you can do that on your own. And that's the end of the series. I don't think there's anything I left out. There are 2 more videos coming, I guess. I mean, 2 more series. I didn't expect it to take this long. So the front wheel drive and rear wheel drive series will probably also be 3 videos, because it doesn't take, I mean, it's pretty quick if you know what you're doing. You know, it took about an hour and a half, 2, wait, yeah, about an hour and a half. I'm assuming. The earliest I looked at my clock was 11, and now it's 11:50. I mean, now it's 1:20. So, yeah, it could be a little bit longer than an hour and a half. So, that's it. See you in the next one.